Okay, so yeah, it's another live stream. I like live streams, and finally, like, the more videos you do, the more live streams you do, like, you start feeling more excited about your own personal long hairstyle. I love to wear skirts, so anyway, I love my personal style, like, just wearing skirts. This one's a pencil skirt. It's so cute. It's so me. I have a really cool sense of style. Like, you know, I really love my sense of style. So if you're a lady, rock your sense of style, man. And with this cute sweater, like, I just realized my sense of style is really cool, and I like it when people like say, "Oh, cute skirt." That I do like. The reason I don't do a lot of request videos is because this channel is called Wearing Your Hair Down. I don't know if I ever want to wear my hair in a bun again. Like, it kind of looks cool, but it's not me. And if I wore my hair in a bun, I wouldn't be like being authentic me. And I kind of just like to have a channel where I'm authentically myself and I'm not like emulating, like, yeah, the buns look cool, but when do I ever put my hair in a bun? Well, even like the last video, I did a braiding video, and I don't really wear my hair in two braids. It was just something fun to try that I filmed like literally 3 weeks ago that I finally posted. So I took all the time to edit that video, and I didn't even get that many page views. Like, I thought, wow, it'd be real exciting, like, would really like that video, but no. It's kind of random what people like and what they don't like, I guess. But I really like this skirt. I don't know why, but there's just something. Pencil skirt, long hair, kind of see my style. Pencil skirt and long hair. Actually, yeah, my hair's long, so yeah. I don't know what to talk about in these live streams sometimes. Well, there's a lot of things you can talk about, I guess. What could I have as a topic for today? By wearing your hair in a braid, it's just as protective as wearing it in a bun, I guess. That could be my topic. Okay, so like, they're always talking about protective hairstyles, and yeah, I get it. Like, if you wear your hair down after it's a certain length, it probably would get caught on a lot of things. Now that my hair is getting longer, it got caught in my shoelaces the other day when I bent down to tie my shoes. And I was like, because now, like, literally, I can't really demonstrate unless I'm standing up on this thing just so you can see how long my hair really is, but down. When you bend down, it goes past your feet if you bend down unless you've already pulled it back. So yeah, I do kind of see like why if you wore your hair completely down when it's long, it might be damaging. Well, I wear my hair down, but I wear it in a braid when I'm out. And how do I dry my hair? Because that seems to be a popular topic. Like, a lot of YouTubers talk about how they air dry their hair. But I don't do that. I actually, what did I do? I put it in a braid when it's wet, and I let it dry overnight, and when I took it out this morning, it wasn't even completely dry, but I like that wet look, like the wet hair look, because I feel like my hair looks more slick. And ideally, if my hair could be like that every day when I had to go somewhere, if I could just magically make my hair wet without having to, like, wash it, like when I get in the shower, it gets a little damp, but it doesn't get like 100% wet. But if I could just magically make my hair wet when I comb it out without having to add tons of water to it, I kind of like that. So I end up, like, I don't wash my hair every day. Sometimes I can go 3 to 5 days without washing my hair, and yeah, I just get it wet. And another thing I've been doing, like, they always talk about how you can use those dry shampoos, but you don't need a dry shampoo. I've been trying this. Like, one day, I bought some new tea tree oil at the store, and after I put it in my hair when I was out and about, I thought, oh, my hair looks a little too oily. So the next morning, I didn't want to wash my hair, but I had read before that you could use cocoa powder if you have dark hair to kind of make it look, oh, I just put a ton on my head right now. That's a lot. Okay, but just to demonstrate, you can take the cocoa powder and you can work it into your hair and it will absorb some of the oil. Like, I'm gonna really have to work this in because I put in a ton just right now. But yeah, you can use cocoa powder, just like, and I didn't even like brush it on, but instead of like paying money for those dry shampoos, I'm really gonna have to work that in. So instead of paying money for a dry shampoo, you could use a little bit of cocoa powder. I'm doing good. So yeah, if your hair is on a little bit on the dry side, not dry side, the oily side, you could just put in a tiny bit of cocoa powder. And I don't know, I just do random things, like whatever feels fun. Like, I don't even do like these things where people like, I put this amount of oil in my hair. Like, I don't know, now my hair looks too dry because I put in too much of the cocoa powder, so I might just take more of this mineral oil, which I've been using a lot of lately, and put it over the cocoa powder, kind of massage it down. I'm adding too much oil in my hair. Just start lower at the bottom when I comb it out. I know, thank you. I actually know that my hair looks good at this time in my life. I don't know, like, some people probably think that sounds conceited, but I know that my hair looks good, but thank you. Because, you know, I try to take care of my hair. I think that helps. Because I slept with my hair in a braid and just took it out maybe a couple hours ago, I need to comb it a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like I need to comb it a lot. Like, it almost feels like just when you do this finger combing thing, when you're going through it with your fingers, like, you can get more of the tangles out. So yeah, I demonstrated how you can use cocoa powder as a natural, like, dry shampoo. No, I haven't bought any new skirts because I don't have any money right now. I have like $0. I haven't bought anything. Like, I had a dress that my sister gave me, but it wasn't a long skirt. Oh, thank you. But it didn't have a long skirt. It was like a little bit longer than this pencil skirt. I do like long skirts. I was thinking, like, when I was looking around different websites, like, there are some really pretty fashion pieces. And I always thought I had lots of long skirts, but when I looked at a lot of my skirts, they seem to be like more mid-calf length. I don't have like a lot of exceptionally long skirts, even though I think they're pretty. I don't know, I end up buying things that I like at the time, but not necessarily like focused on a certain length, if that makes any sense. But I do like long skirts. I have a dress that I still have that I don't think would fit me anymore. Well, it probably would have fit me a couple years ago when I weighed a little bit less. But it was for my 8th grade graduation. I guess I could have tried it on back then, but I would have to lose some weight to fit back into it now. So, but it's actually really pretty. It was a dress that my mom made by hand. This would fit me, but it's a really pretty dress. I still have it. I need to like definitely iron it. It sat in the closet for a long time. I don't think it would fit if I tried it on though. And even though this is such a beautiful dress, I only wore it one time, but it's really pretty. I really do like it. I think it needs to be repaired too, because there's some breakage or seam. I don't know. I wonder if this dress would fit. It is very pretty. Like my mom actually made this by hand. I kept it because I really like it, but I've never worn it again. It's really pretty. Yeah, she made a lot of clothes. Like, I always actually did want to get into sewing, but I bought a sewing machine and I never got around to it. Maybe someday, but I almost think like, yeah, if you sew, you probably save a lot of money. You actually have to sit down to do it. And I started to look into it, but then I just never followed through with it. It's kind of like, yeah, I like the idea of sewing, but you actually have to sit down and do it. But I've done like cross stitch before, but that's not sewing. But yes, I do think if you're gonna have like a nice wardrobe, knowing how to sew is actually the best. Like, if you ever look at the eras when women had really beautiful, like stylish clothing, they weren't even buying all those outfits themselves. Like back in the 40s and 50s, a lot of women made their own dresses, and they didn't have a large wardrobe, but the outfits that they often did have, they made themselves from a pattern. They knew how it fit. So they would have a few like dresses that looked nice, as opposed to just having a whole bunch of clothes that they didn't really care for. So yeah, I do think sewing's good. Oh no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I can totally get, like, if you want to sew, it's probably a good way to be able to make clothes. And I think, like, they should actually, like, I was thinking about this, like, why don't they teach that stuff in school anymore? Like, for both guys and girls, just like home economics. Like, they don't, from what I hear, they don't teach classes like that anymore, like how to cook or just how to do basic things like that. Like with younger people, like, those are kind of cool skills to have. So, but you actually have to do it. I've knitted before, but it's not something that I do all the time. I've knitted a blanket, and I've crocheted a blanket, and I've done cross stitching, which is over the years. When I get down to the hobbies that I want to spend time doing, like the things that I actually am motivated to spend my time on, it has been drawing and painting. Like, those are the things that actually, like, when I sit down to do something, like that I will actually do. And I have a website. I don't know. Like, I think people who follow me, especially like this person who follows all my channels and he knows my name, but he can't tell me who he is because he's super mysterious. Like, he probably knows the website. It's sweetberriesart.com. Yeah, so. Gee, this is like a really long live stream. I'm not even cleaning my hair. I'm just kind of like chatting here. Yeah, I almost think that's kind of what a live stream is, maybe. Maybe it's more just like chatting and it's not even like doing a specific task. So I have a question for people, just to see like if anybody actually responds to something I ask. Do you think maybe if we just promoted like natural hair care, like, and relatively healthier eating, that maybe women could have long hair without having extensions? So I'm not trying to hate on extensions, but I was just reading something about how this one celebrity was really upset because she had to dye her hair constantly for some role, and she ended up having to wear extensions because it damaged her hair. And I thought, well, if she was playing some character that had like a wildly different color of hair than she has in real life, why couldn't she have worn a wig? Like, why didn't the director have her, or whoever organizes the filming, have her wear a wig as opposed to having her dye her real hair with a harsh dye, and then later she feels like she has to get extensions? Because I feel like, you know, this is all my real hair, and I know a lot of other women that have all their own real hair. Like, one thing that people will ask you a lot is, do you have extensions? It's like nobody believes that you can have long hair on your own, because like they push a lot of like really damaging hair processes. Like, henna's not damaging because it's natural and that's a natural dye, but I've heard other people explain like how you could do henna by putting bleach in it, and that to me would be damaging because bleach is not healthy for your hair. Just common sense idea. Like, that would defeat to me the whole purpose of doing henna because it's natural. It was good. So I don't know, like, I feel maybe more people wouldn't feel like they had to get extensions all the time if we just promoted more like natural hair care methods. And it's not like I'm opposed to any kind of heat in my hair. I just never liked it, and when I did it a few times, I never even did it to have straight hair. I did it to like enhance the curls of my hair a certain way. But I decided, it was like 2009, that I didn't want to do that anymore. And it was just like a brief period of time when I did that. For like from 2006 to 2009, I was going to the hair salon. I was doing like a lot of those processes to my hair, and I even dyed my hair a couple times back then, and I didn't like the smell, and I felt like it was super damaging. So yeah, they say that people are in a rush and these products take more time. I know they say that, but then I think too, like, okay, I realize I spend a lot of time, like, after I wash my hair, combing out my hair, because sometimes I'll do a live stream, I'm combing my hair for almost an hour, it feels like. But then when I really think about it, like, if I took my time, maybe it could be 30 minutes, maybe, but no, maybe it's more like an hour. But then once my hair's combed out, I don't feel like I have to spend lots and lots of time. But then, I don't know, I guess like certain shorter hairstyles are lower maintenance. But then again, I don't even know about that, because if you have layers, don't you have to curl them a certain way and spend like a lot of, I don't know, I think it's just like an aesthetic thing that people like a certain aesthetic. I guess just for me, like, I just wasn't interested in that. So I was really, come down lower. That was too high. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like, so even for like natural hair, like sometimes like there's things I've done. I didn't catch that last part. It went away. Like, I don't know about that because like it depends on the culture. Most people in India, like a lot of Indian women still do the natural hair practice. I think like it's more a cultural thing. Like to me, it's just something like in westernized culture where you always see like this emphasis on having to go to the salon a lot. Because in other cultures, women have long hair and they might not always be 100% like doing natural things, but you can if you want. But yeah, I do really like holistic and health conscious things. Like sometimes I think I could like not obsess about things that are negative, but in general, I've always been very, very health conscious. Like I never drank, I didn't smoke, I eat relatively healthy. I still believe in like a vegan plant-based diet. For me, that's not popular to say because people are like, oh, you're taking my meat away. But my hair has grown a lot since I stopped eating meat. Like my hair, it's gone like crazy growing when I stopped eating meat. That right there, it kind of it's counterintuitive to what they always tell you about how you have to eat animal products to have really strong, healthy hair. I haven't ate animal products, maybe accidentally, like because I'm not like a super strict vegan, maybe accidentally, but I haven't drank milk or ate meat since November 2013. And even before that, like I ate some chicken here and there, and I never really loved dairy. So I don't know, all that stuff where they say you have to eat the animal products. Like I do take supplements though, like B12 and calcium. Like I totally, but even if you are just, get this, even if you eat like more of an omnivorous diet, you should be supplementing for B12 because most people are deficient for that. So if somebody tells you you can get meat, B12 from eating meat, that's not true. You actually should take supplements for calcium and B12 and D and things like that. So I do try to be more health conscious in general and more holistic in my thought process. And maybe that helps too, like with your hair. Lately, one thing I regret and that I know better is that I let stress get to me. And you don't need to let stress get to you. Like, just, you know, things that people said or their comments about me, like in a social setting that kind of like get to me, and I regret that, you know, because I know better. Like I know that you shouldn't do that. Yeah, actually, the vegan diet is really, really good. Like a lot of people don't like veganism for various reasons. I don't push veganism on anybody because I'm not an activist. But I also think on the other end of the spectrum, like this phobia of veganism is pretty crazy because like I've only had like really good benefits since I went vegan. I'm not cold, my hair's grown better, I just feel better in general, you know. I could be a little bit more whole foods vegan than like I was a couple of years ago. Like I did get kind of more into the junk food a little bit, which I do regret. But in general, like I do eat healthy vegan. Oh, that was one thing I really want to try. Like I want to try making grape leaves but veganized, because my dad told me about this grape leaf that his grandma used to make and the baklava that she used to make, and how he tried some recently and they weren't like what his grandma made. So that is something that I do want to actually try, because I've had great beliefs at a restaurant. I've had baklava at a restaurant. I've never made those things, and I would love to make them vegan. I really want to do that. Kibbeh. I actually have this plan that I want to surprise my dad, where I want to make him vegan baklava, vegan yabruk, I think that's how you say it, because I'm learning all these words, and vegan kibbeh, and vegan nidra. If I say these things correctly, like just recreate some of his grandma's recipes. Yeah, that's true. Like, I think there is a lot of fear sometimes. But I want to make, I like the baklava many years ago. But what I want to do is I want to make it vegan, just because I am. But his criticism of it was, I tried this baklava the other day at a Middle Eastern bakery we just found, and it had honey. It was dripping in honey, but that's not the way my Syrian grandmother made it. I'm like, okay. I'll figure out how your grandmother made it. I don't know how she made it. I'll have to figure that out. Like, I really would like to figure out how she made it. Like, I'll have to ask him. Maybe do some research. Because I've never made it. And I know it's very intense. Maybe I'll just do the briefly. But I would like to try. So that's just something I've been thinking about. I have made other foods though before, like a lot of other food. I make a lot of hummus. I love hummus. I make like a lot of vegan pizzas and salads, and I used to do a lot of smoothies. I got so sick of smoothies. Like, smoothies are really good, but I was having so many smoothies every day for like 2 years, and I'm just like, one day I just woke up and I'm like, no more smoothies. And even though they're really good, like, and I do love fruit, like lately I'm just going through this phase where I'm more into vegetables and hummus. I made this really good like spinach recipe that kind of made me feel better the other day, because like I said, sometimes I got more into the like junk food vegan thing than I wanted to. So I knew that, you know, you eat some vegetables, you're gonna feel better. Fruit, yes, but like with the vegetables, I really love the power of veggies. So I made this spinach with like an avocado, lemony, sesame seed sauce with some spices, and that was really good. Oh my gosh, it was just spinach with chopped onions, and I made that sauce for it that I mixed it in and I baked it. It was so good, so lemony. It's so energy infused, and it made me regret like having had that energy drink like the other day. So even though like vegan junk food feels enticing, like in general, I kind of want to stay away from it and just make more vegetable dishes, because I know when I take the time to cook, it feels so good. But yeah, I'm just talking about some things that I would like to do or try. Just thoughts. Thinking out loud, because I don't really have like a concrete idea about what to talk about during a live stream. Okay, so I wonder if like this works. Let's see. Ask me a random question, and if I feel like answering it, I might. Like, let's try that. No random questions for me? Nobody has a random question to ask me right now. Not one? Does anybody have a random question just that they want to ask? I better keep my glasses on so I can read it. Are there any random questions? Not one? Okay. I don't know. Just... Okay, what am I making for dinner tonight? I can cook a lot. I make a lot of dishes. I make a lot of vegan dishes. I don't know what I'm gonna make tonight because I haven't planned it out that way. Just with my new schedule, I'm trying to feel like more energized, because because I finally had a day off, and I just feel like I've been working a lot. So yeah, which is good, but it makes it more tricky to like plan out a meal. And I don't do like a meal prep plan. Like if I want to make something, being vegan, like I'll just make what sounds good. Like if I want to have potatoes that night, I'll make potatoes that night. If I want to do a vegan pizza, I'll make that. If I want to do like a burrito bowl, I'll do that. So I basically just make whatever sounds good. Like I don't like prep a meal in advance. I know like there's a lot of benefits to that. And then there's people, they like prep their outfits the night before. One thing I think that I do need to do now that my hair is getting longer, it's almost like you need to wash your hair the night before you go somewhere. But I hate that because that was the thing I was telling you. I don't like to let my hair air dry, but what I love to do is have my hair wet and braided up, because I feel like when my hair is really wet, especially in the summertime when it's braided, it kind of keeps it contained. And I just like that wet look, and I feel like it's all put together. So like, I don't like washing my hair the night before, because then I feel like, oh, I won't have that nice wet hair in the morning. I've always just loved the wet braided hair. Well, you can talk about food. If you don't want to talk about food, that's fine. I do like the black skirt video as well. So, like, I'm not begging on this channel, but hey, like, how can you get a deal where you get, like, sponsored to do more skirt videos? Or just something like that. Probably because I don't have that social media presence other people do. They get these little sponsorships. I guess us little small bloggers, we don't do that, like, right? But if you wanted to see more skirt content, like, why don't you have a skirt company sponsor my videos? I'm just kidding. That's not, I think you have to be a pretty big blogger with a really big social media presence. But I've been a blogger for years. I've just never, I feel appreciative of what I have. I'm actually pretty excited for the social media presence I do have. It's all good. I need to go get some hair ties. I'll be right back. Hair. Yes. I'll be done soon. You're recording? Yes. Oh no. Did I turn out the light on you guys? I left you in the dark. This is like performance theater. I'm just kidding. I know I'm not planning this. That's pretty funny. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave anybody in the dark. It was like an intermission, right? When you're at the theater, you're just sitting there waiting. So yeah, I went to get my hair tied. So I need to put my hair in a braid, because if I go outside, I used to like to wear my hair down all the time, like completely down. Well, I would wear it in a braid when I went places, but now it's getting to the point that when I've been down, my hair gets stuck in my shoelaces. My hair is getting stuck on things. It seems like the longer it gets, the more necessity it is to keep it in a braid when I'm out. But ultimately, I just really like my hair down. I don't know, like, my hair looks really pretty in a bun, but it's just not me, because I've never, like when I visualize myself, I just don't visualize myself with my hair in a bun. Like, I know it looks pretty, and I thought about trying it again, but I'm just like, is it me? I feel like I did a couple of videos where my hair was in a bun, and I just didn't feel like that looked like me. Well, I mean, it was me, but it wasn't really like how I would do my hair, you know. So I was like, kind of wanted to be more legit, I guess. And I didn't feel like it was legit to have my hair in a bun when I don't wear my hair in a bun. You know, it's hard to explain. But if you hair in a bun, I guess. Like, yeah. It's cool. My hair is longer than it's ever been in my life. Like, I had long hair all my life, but like to here, like waist length a little bit longer than my waist, but now it's like to here, and this is the longest it's ever been because when I was younger, my hair just didn't grow super long, and then when I started going vegan, it did grow really fast, but I was always trimming out many inches because I thought like it needed to have more of a trimmed edge. Trimmed hemline. I just thought, oh, you need to trim your hair a lot, and I would trim off many inches, and it probably would have been longer sooner. Thanks. Appreciate that. Oh my gosh, what did I just do to my hair? Oh, careful here. I thought it was ready to braid up, but now it doesn't feel ready. Well, I'm wearing the same length skirt that I wore earlier. That's how long it is. It's like there. Oh, thank you. That's nice of you to say all that. Well, anybody's welcome to hang out in my live streams and come along. I should be doing more live streams because I kind of forget how fun they are. Like, I could make more time each day to do them. But thanks for all the nice comments, guys. And yeah, I do have hobbies, like I was saying earlier. Like, I like to draw. I just feel like I need to get back at doing that. On my first channel, I posted a lot of, like, drawing stuff that I did. Maybe I'll try and do more live streams on here in the future because I think it would be nice just to have a place to hang out where people would be enjoying long hair and just chats about random things, because I do think, like, right now there's enough negativity in the world. We don't need to. We just want a fun place to hang out, and I'm a nice person. I'm not like somebody that wants to argue with people. Like, I just want nice conversation, you know? I think most people want that are, like, calm. So I should try and do more live streams. Definitely. Good. I'm single. I don't have kids. I'm not married. My parents are good. Oh, thank you.